Hey y'all, it's your girl Gemini Jazz with House of Chiron, and we are back with another episode of Galactic Gossip. So this week we start the month of July, and July is going to be packed with a lot of intense energy. So before we dive right on into the forecast, I first would like to say thank you for being here. If you are new to my channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. If you are returning to my channel, welcome back. We have a new week and a new month of impactful energy. So quick announcements. We have the Celestial City that is still open. Also, there are going to be Reiki services offered on House of Chiron beginning in July. So look out for that. All of those links can be found in the description box below. And that is all that I have for the week of announcements. Anyway, now let's dive right on into this forecast because we have not very many aspects to discuss for this week, but July is going to be very tense. It's going to be kind of heated. We are moving into, as y'all already know, we're in summer season. So summer solstices already have been here, and like we are in the heart of the summer season, and it's going to be just as hot as summer, all this energy. So this week we have that starting energy of that Saturn Uranus square that we've been feeling for the entire year of 2021. We have Mars, Saturn, and Uranus. They're all making this T-square aspect, and it's starting like immediately. You can probably already feel the energy as early as now, right? So we're probably already feeling it, already experiencing some things. It's like something is coming to a head because something needs to have some radical change. So on the 1st of July, we have Mars in Leo making opposition to Saturn retrograde in Aquarius at 12 degrees. So we can expect this energy to linger on for most of July, or at least until Mars moves out of that bold sign of Leo. Leo is a fire sign. Leo is all about bold expression. It's all about being your truest self and expressing yourself from your core being, right? Leo rules the sun, and we have this transit that's going to provide that extra dose of that frustration and those limitations and even that aggression to the heat of the summer. And, you know, Mars is all about action and, you know, initiating things, but also Mars is known for removing things and cutting cords. So Saturn is in retrograde in Aquarius and is being somewhat aloof in the way that it does, you know, the way that it responds. It has this very impersonal nature in a sense. And so people are going to be reaching this point of not caring anymore about what others think or about the way that people think things should be going. It's going to be more so like, I don't care, this is no longer working for me, like reaching this fed up moment. So as a result, we might even experience some disappointments. Even some low self-worth might come in. We might even have a weakened sense of vitality and just plain old mean energy coming to the surface. That T-square is going to be bringing in some really intense vibes. So 1/3 of this T-square energy is this Mars opposite Saturn retrograde. So it's starting to come exact at the very beginning of July. And this energy is just one part of that very nervous energy. So it's going to be remaining present for the entire month of July for the most part. And it's going to be highlighting that Saturn Uranus square. So make sure that you are paying attention and that you are aware that this could be bringing out personal attacks from others. This could bring up some disagreements, some inner and external conflicts within yourself, within your environment, your interpersonal relationships. So feeling inadequate in a sense, feeling trapped and unable to break free from stress or any of those things. And we could just see a lot of people lashing out with just pure anger, or like I said before, that fed up energy. Like, this isn't working. I need this to change now. So something is actually it's kind of like this upheaval and destruction kind of vibe. It's like something is coming to this culminating point of It's not working. It needs to change. I'm fed up. I'm tired. Now it's time to shift. Now it's time to move. Also keep in mind that Venus is going to come into a close conjunction with Mars while this energy is still potent, creating disharmony in our relationships, in our partnerships, within our finances, within our values. So focusing on the things that actually provide us productivity, or using that Mars energy instead of using it for aggression and anger, but use it more so to engage in something physical, or even to like initiate something new, is the best way to manage the stress and avoid conflict. Just really transmute that energy and shift your focus. Like, don't get into the arguments. Don't worry about the impulsive nature of that Mars energy. Try not to make rash decisions. Don't do anything that is really impulsive, because literally 2 days later, we have on the 3rd, on July 3rd, Mars in Leo is going to be squaring Uranus and Taurus at 13 degrees. And so this is going to be that T-square energy. So like I said before, Mars is all about that action. It's also aggression and cutting cords. So something is going to be really tense during this time. Being that Mars is in Leo and is creating that square, this is where we're going to feel that need to break free. That freedom and that liberation is going to come forth. So it's going to be a situation or something, depending on where this is happening in your chart. There's going to be a situation that come to the head, come to the surface, and it's going to be a revisit of what we have already been experiencing for the entire year of 2021. So it's going to be another revisit of it, and we're going to see this, and it's going to reach its peak. It's going to reach its pinnacle point. And from this, we're going to set things in motion to break free from whatever it is, to make change in whatever the situation that is coming to a head. Something has to change. The way we have been doing things, depending on where this is in your chart, the way it has been going can no longer survive. There is time for innovation. There's time for change. There's time for liberation. So that way we can really begin to create the lives that we want. And it could be really frustrating, because it might be something that you have been really working on. Maybe you have been thinking that you are building this solid foundation in something, and this situation is going to bring to the head, like, you know what, it hasn't been working. I have been really delusional, because also keep in mind that Neptune is retrograde right now. So Neptune retrograde is lifting the veil, right? It's taking those rose-colored lenses off of our faces and giving us the harsh truth, right? Showing us what things really are. The illusions are no longer present. So we have to face those harsh realities that we have built a false reality. So something might come to the surface and says like, okay, I thought this was this way. I thought this was solid, but really this is not. I need to really go about doing things a different way. So we will be rebelling against any authority or any structure, anything that restricts our own sense of autonomy. So just kind of releasing these things that make us feel imprisoned, feel trapped, whether it's a mental prison, a financial prison. Wherever this is happening in your chart, it can show really differently, but you're going to see some type of change and a quick shift, because Uranus is all about unexpected changes. It's very erratic at times as well. And with Uranus being a planet that's kind of like electrical, it's like a spark, something is going to spark. And so it rules that unexpected turn of events. And there may be something that comes to the surface that's going to shift the entire way of us doing things. So it can be frustrating to have to about face really quick. So we will find unique ways to pursue the same ideas, transforming how we show up in various areas of our lives, and just finding new solutions to old problems in a sense. And so this energy can be frustrating if you are fighting the need for change. So if you are a traditional person with no wiggle room for innovation, then this energy might be a little difficult or complex for you to navigate through for the entire month of July. My advice is to release the need for control. If you are a person that needs to control every outcome of a situation, where you have a fear of the unknown, because keep in mind, Saturn is retrograde also, and Saturn rules fear, whether it's ancestral fears, that deep-rooted fear. It is the fear that is placed on us, the systematic fear that is ingrained in us all. So if you are a person that reacts and responds off of fear, and you know, that fear-based need to control things is really kind of like what rules your reactions and your actions, then this is going to be a difficult transit, because this transit is all about releasing that fear. Saturn retrograde, releasing the need to control. That Saturn retrograde is something needs to be changed. A new foundation needs to be created, a new way of doing. There's new structures that need to be set in place. So embrace the unknown and allow yourself to flow, because this is not going to be easy if you are restricting yourself from growing. Okay, so like I said before, we should be aware of, you know, impulsive decisions that people are going to be making. Also, keep in mind that our individualism needs to be nurtured and groomed for that growth and for that self-exploration, as well as the collective improvement, everyone that needs to improve. Thinking outside the box is going to allow our own inner brilliance to shine outwardly. So just keep in mind that, you know, you have to tap into your own individual sense of, you know, who it is that you are and what it is that you want and what it is that you have. That's that Aquarius energy, right? Saturn is in Aquarius, and then Uranus being in Taurus is all about your values. Uranus is the ruler of Aquarius. So what is it that you have as an individual that is completely different and separate from anyone else that you can actually bring out here into this world that's going to help everyone? That is that humanitarian energy that naturally lies within Aquarius. So like I said, be aware of the impulsive decisions, because this can bring people just reacting and responding off impulse and off emotion. That's going to be at an all-time high right now, and we should be aware and maintain that awareness as much as possible, especially with Mercury still being in its shadow phase and we're not quite experiencing or seeing things with full clarity. Mercury moves out of its shadow phase on the 7th, and then it will then move into Cancer on July 11th. So moving on, also happening on July 3rd, this is the Sun in Cancer making an in conjunction to Saturn retrograde in Aquarius, also at 12 degrees. So if you notice a pattern, everything is happening at 12 and 13 degrees. So this is the numbers 3 and 4. So this is about our foundation and how we are perceiving these things. So keep in mind that we have also the Sun making taking a major role in this. The Sun is in Cancer, so our focus is on our security. It's on what brings us safe. It's on those comforts, right? Our foundation, that's the Cancer energy, and making that in conjunction to Saturn retrograde in Aquarius. This is about being responsible for yourself, being responsible for your life's work and your actions by yielding the lessons that we've previously learned, right? Because that's that Saturn retrograde, the work that we've previously put in and integrating them into our core being, right? The Sun is your core, is your soul expression, is who it is your personality. Saturn, and then in conjunction, something needs to be brought back in balance with that. So tapping into that and allowing it to be integrated into your core being is what's going to bring that imbalance back into complete harmony. The present energies that we are experiencing this week will likely bring out a tendency to take responsibility for other people's duties and other people's responsibilities while ignoring our own. So it's that Jupiter and Pisces retrograde energy, that form of escapism, like escaping from what is necessary for you to do, because if it's easier for you to do other people's things because you really don't want to face your own problems, that kind of energy. So keep in mind that if we continue with these actions, there will be a clear imbalance between what is ours to focus on and then creating that procrastination that's later going to manifest bigger issues for us down the road. Saturn is retrograde, but once Saturn stations direct in the fall, it's going to be a time to move forward in more building of structures and building of the life that we want. So the struggle between what we desire and what we are called to do is going to be prominent in today's energy, especially for this week. Adding more responsibility to our plates is highly discouraged because there's going to be a need for us to take care of what is ours. So that even includes eliminating something that has brought strain and tension to our lives, completely cutting something out, using that Mars energy to cut cords or completely remove something that has not been working for us. So adding something new to the plate is just going to create more problems. That's also a form of escapism, escaping your responsibilities. So the energy really encourages us to balance what is already present and also possibly eliminate what is not ours to carry anymore. If it's not working, let it go. And we might find ourselves running out of steam before that work is complete, because the sun is all about our vitality, and that in conjunction to Saturn brings oppression and limitation and frustration as well, when you feel like you can't do or exert that energy. So you might feel like you are running out of steam. You might feel like you don't have the vitality or the energy to do the work that you are called to do. So you might have some feelings of just feeling low. So the first week of July is not going to be the easiest whatsoever. We have a lot of harsh energy. July is going to be really tense, but if you release the need to control things and you go with the flow of it, it'll be much easier. Just kind of roll with the punches, because they're coming up for you to see where things have not been in harmony. Neptune is retrograde, and so we can no longer fool ourselves. So that is all that I have for this week. If y'all need me, y'all know where to find me. All the information is in the description box below. And yeah, I hope y'all have a wonderful week, because next week we have quite a few things to discuss. We have the new moon that's happening in Cancer at 18 degrees on July 9th. So we will talk more about that in the following week's forecast. So y'all have a wonderful week. Happy July and all of those wonderful things. See you soon. Bye.